Hey guys, Matt from Growth Mode Content here with another great edition of Good News York. Joined by you're extra spiky today. I feel like this is a good day.
It's because yesterday you were like, "Oh, you're not
weren't
so spiky
enough.
So this morning I was like, "Is this good enough for you, Matt? Is this good enough?"
And we got, what color watch we got today?
We're going black.
Oh,
Yeah, we went black because of the
classic black and white.
Yeah,
Okay,
Matt makes fun of my.
He color coordinates his watch. Anyway,
I didn't think it was.
we've got an incredible guest today, guys, and we're going to introduce him in just a second. But before we do, I got to talk about this because I think it's cool as hell. One of the guys on my IT team came in today with this incredible bit of Syracuse history. This is a record, by the way. I had to tell our intern what it was.
Are we that old?
I'm not kidding. She's like, what is that?
Oh, man.
Oh, fuck. It is the history of Syracuse, Volume 2, 1957 through 1971. We have not yet played this, but we're going to. The record is in great shape. I really got to hear some of these tracks, if you will.
These hot tracks. Are these bands or are they jingles? Because
Oh, no. These are bands that were from Syracuse.
no shit.
Jan and the Radiants, Billy Kid and the Madisons. There's always somebody in the somebodies.
Should be Billy Fusillo and
like
the
Mike in
Huges.
the New York Rock,
Yeah, right.
Pineapple Herd, though. This is my best.
That's a good one.
That is still might even be a
There was
phenomenal
a band
name.
called what was it? 805 back in the 80s.
They didn't make it
90s.
on. Oh, this is before their time.
This is before, but they were Utica.
1960.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Otis and the All Night Workers. All Night Workers. They don't make band names like this
Are
anymore.
those construction workers or ladies of the night? What are we talking about?
Well, we're gonna
I don't
find
know.
out.
Anyway.
Okay.
We have a guest.
We do, and I'm excited about this one.
Tell us about this man.
This man is a real estate agent or realtor. I don't know the proper term.
He'll tell us.
Yeah. But he is also a really, really, really good content creator, like top-notch stuff. Does a lot of funny videos. He does videos about Syracuse and some of the businesses in it. And then he does food wars, what city has the best food. And he has deemed himself as Mr. Syracuse.
Oh.
And I can't think of a better guy than Alec Scripa.
What's up, Alec?
Yeah,
How are you, man?
Thank
Yes,
you. I'm
Alec.
great. How are you guys?
This is very exciting because, like Mike said, you are an incredibly talented creator, and clearly we're in that game. So we have an eye out for that and have nothing but respect for it. And one of the reasons I have so much respect for it is you're clearly somebody who's using content to build their traditional business, right? And there's a lot of people in real estate these days who have been, I want to say a lot of real estate folks have really been sort of on the forefront of trying to create content, but not all of them, hit the mark.
Right.
You found really unique ways to not just show a property, but really dig into the city. Can you tell us a little bit about, well, first of all, tell us a little bit about yourself, and then let's talk about your content.
Well, my name is Alec Scripa. I'm 21. I grew up in Cicero, and I've grown up in the business of real estate. My father is ancient now, so he's getting old. He's got the gray hair. He's got all the real estate knowledge, but I've got the spark and the creativity. I like to be, animated and stuff like that. So honestly, it's really been a new thing for him too, because I joined the business. I went to St. Lawrence University for one semester, had a 3.9 GPA, said I'm done with this. There's just no point for me to be here. I went for creative writing. So I love the creative stuff. So I put that into my own videos now instead of actually doing something or publishing a piece of writing. I'm publishing a piece of content from the writing.
Yeah.
But I've just wanted to grow the understanding that Syracuse is not boring, but the residents are lazy.
Clearly.
That's fair.
Why do I say the residents are lazy is because I was there once.
Yeah.
Syracuse freaking sucks, man.
Right.
There's nothing to do here. No, there is. It's just not marketed. You have to look it up yourself. A lot of people don't want to do that.
Like everybody says that about their town, right? Like I feel like you could live in Vegas and people there are like, "Oh, it's overrated. I hate the Strip."
Yeah.
There's that part of it too.
No, I think that's phenomenal, and it works, and you can tell because your stuff frequently does incredibly well, and you get so much interaction and shares, and people really dig it. I'd love to know, how do you sort of choose your topics? Because like Mike said, you don't necessarily hit one particular niche other than being really local. how do you choose your next video?
I'll be driving in the car, jamming out to music. Boom, idea in my head. I got my voice memo ready.
Yep.
Voice memo goes in. I have a structure for the way that I make my videos, and I just plug the idea into the structure and go from there. And
Love
then the hardest part for me is figuring out the visual aspect of the video. The only thing I know very well is let's go get in front of this place because I've been here before. Other than that, the other shots are just as I go filming.
Yeah.
So
That's great.
I feel like driving and the shower are the two places where I personally think of them. I'm serious. That's where I
Yeah.
think of the most ideas. Do you find that too?
yeah, driving is definitely the one because I'm looking at stuff. I'm driving past
Yeah.
a building, a business, whatever it is, and then I'm like, boom, that's the one. Now let's make it.
What's cool about your stuff too is that it's not like, we see a lot of people that work in real estate and you can tell they're crossing into this content creation, right? They're like,
Sometimes begrudgingly.
right, yes, most of the time. And it's they're doing it as a compliment to their career. For you, it's almost the opposite. Like you're doing these great videos, you're creating all this great content, and it's like, oh, and by the way, he's a realtor as well, which I think is a sign of the younger
the right
generation.
approach.
Yeah, it's the right approach.
That's what you're supposed to.
And it's impressive. And I think it's a sign of like this generation. That's what it's gonna be like, is that the content creation comes first. And I love it.
Yeah, I mean, I think he and Alec, let us know if you agree with this, but I think you sort of understand that idea of connect with people first, and that doesn't matter what you're doing; they're just open to it, right? And I think too many people are focused. You hear people go, "Oh, well, don't make a viral video because that doesn't generate business that walks in the door." Like you don't understand how
dumbest thing.
how any of this works. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's incredible, and what you need to do is, like I said, connect with those people. And I think too many people are out here making ads.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm going to make this viral video to say, hey, buy this house. It's got a nice garage.
Right,
It's not,
And what they
not the same thing.
And what they don't realize is you don't have to make an ad. The content is the ad, right? You don't have to say, come buy this.
People figure it out. Right.
Make the good content, and then they
What kind of inspired you, or what do you think about as you're making those things with kind of business ideas in mind?
That's a really good question. I mean, what really got me there was just seeing how I hated Syracuse at one point. And I'm like, I just got to get out of
That's
here.
legitimate.
The cold weather, this, that. I've noticed it's not the cold weather, it's not the snow, it's just the gray skies. Okay.
Sure.
And there's a lot more than gray skies here. We just have to get it out there. And there's not a lot of people trying to get stuff out there. But then again, I'm also somebody who's very, I've grown up around my father, who's always been super loyal and like super into the business, loyalty to the point where it's like you hurt yourself almost because you're dealing with clients that maybe are treating you poorly. And so I'm one of those people who I want to build the loyalty or the relationship with somebody. And I'm 21. I have no clue how to do that. I have nobody to talk to because Joe's got all the business, all the connections and stuff like that. So I'm just like, well, how do I follow in his footsteps? But let's make it even bigger, because shoot for the stars and aim for the moon, shoot for the stars, whatever.
I love that.
That's an entrepreneurial mindset, man. And you're only 21.
That's brilliant. You're going places, man. Tell us a little bit about the real estate agent. What type of listings do you typically have? You got any that are kind of hot you think folks might want to check out?
Well, we do a lot of commercial real estate. We have a few other agents in our office that do primarily residential.
Gotcha.
So commercial real estate as a 21-year-old is like sometimes can be like watching paint dry.
Sure.
But I'm also I'm one of those people who, let's get right down to business. I have a little bit of struggle with the emotional side of things, just because I'm like, do you want it or not? That's just like, but that's also something that's, the content creation has helped me with, that is being like switching into that mode of acting or like being in character. So I've been doing a little bit better about the emotional things. So
That's
it's like,
great.
but yeah, so we got a listing on James Street right now. There's a salon there, and it's fully outfitted. It's got all the chairs, all the stuff you need, mirrors already in there in place,
Wow.
ready to go. So it's turnkey for a user to get right in. And
Do you, in addition to the commercial properties, do you ever do business sales as well?
I do not personally. We have one agent who does
Gotcha.
more. Her name is Amanda Rollins. She does a lot of business sales.
Yeah.
So
Are you seeing the market feeling really good in the commercial world, given everything that's happening? And is it moving in a good direction? Do you feel like?
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
With Micron coming, are you must be like, right?
Well, I'm sure you guys have heard about the delay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we got a lot of calls from business owners or clients that we work with and who were very concerned about the delay. And I just recorded a podcast with Joe. Joe's my father. I just call him Joe.
Sure.
So, but we recorded like a podcast style thing, and we were talking about how it's not really a delay. It's just the media dramatizing that it's
Right.
slowing down. How are they going to start digging? We already got what 4 to 6 inches on the ground already, and it's been maybe not that much, but how can you start digging when the ground's already wet? You know, so they got to hold it off a little bit more. And 2026 is only 2 months away.
Yeah.
So everybody's like, oh, they're delayed to 2026. It's 6 weeks until we're in there.
Right. And it's literally, if my understanding is correctly, it's almost just a matter of it's going to take a little bit longer. It's not even necessarily that a delay work. We're still going to break ground before Christmas.
Well, and I could be
So-
wrong, but I feel like every commercial project I've ever heard of always has a date, and it never lands on that date. It always gets pushed back because there's so many factors. I think it's just a matter of it's the crowd of, it ain't ever gonna happen. I'll believe it when I see it, and then they just jump on that. See, it's delayed.
That's exactly, I think maybe your purpose, right, is to fight against that nonsense.
Yes.
Because I think clearly the media is intentionally stoking that, and they want that. They don't want it to not happen,
Right.
but they want that controversy, and unfortunately, that's their world. Is the clickbait almost headlines that generates clicks. That's their whole world. You figured out how to generate clicks by just offering something of genuine interest.
Yeah.
And being, for the most part, very positive about our area.
That's the goal, and that's why we had this conversation yesterday about the media really just digging into the bad side of things, and it's like I'm trying to do the complete opposite.
Yeah.
And I don't know, you guys might have to cut this part out, but the piece in there that I've noticed so far is nobody's hating on me yet.
Yeah.
But they're hating on
don't
the
ask.
topic.
Don't ask for it,
Exactly.
because they'll come.
I mean, I have had, some here and there, but like compared to, I used to make, fitness videos, and I would get a ton of hate just on me. And then I'm like, okay, well, let's switch this to something. I'm making something about a topic. I'm just delivering the message.
Sure.
Message. Don't shoot the messenger, right?
Yeah.
So far it's been pretty good, but the topic I'm talking about, I try to leave open to, hey, what are your thoughts on this? Not, here's my opinion, and you tell me the worst end of it, because that's what you think. It's just more like, let's have a conversation, a discussion.
Smart.
Yeah. No, I think that's worked really well for you, man. That's very much the point of Good News York here is to be the counter to the
BS.
local news. I won't name them today, even though it's on my hat. And it's all. That's why I love to see it. That's why we wanted to have you in, because anytime we can see these things, people are going around, and there's a number of creators with varying quality. And one of the things I want to talk about is, before we went live, you mentioned that you do your own editing and everything.
Yeah.
And can you just talk to folks about that a little bit, kind of what your process is? Because I think people that are aspiring content creators would love to hear about that.
So scripting, I say scripting, it's not scripting in terms of like, I have no idea what I'm talking about. It's like, I do all the research before I make my script.
Yeah.
Then I write the script, so I know exactly what I'm talking about. It's in my own voice. It's not just like, ChatGPT, write me a script for, business XYZ, here we go. But then I also do the food reviews, which are completely different, completely unscripted. I'm going to places that have reached out to me. A lot of people are like, hey, you got to come try this. I've got so many saying, I got to come try this. I'm like, guys, I do all this. I can't take,
Right.
So, I have actually been looking for an editor, but that's the thing, is I'm so in my own way about the value that I try to provide and the way that I try to make my videos look. I'm not trying to make them over edited or anything like that, because I think it takes away from the authenticity of it. So script it, go shoot the video wherever it is. I might shoot 3 to 4 videos in a day, hold them out, because I'm editing all of them. I've got like 7 videos right now that are completely unedited. But then I'll go in and it takes me, 2 hours each video. So I'm really putting time into them to try and make it something that people would like to watch and can get something from.
Well, that's great, man.
Shows, man, for
And,
sure.
and honestly, that's more efficient than a lot of people. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't knock you. If you can crank out a great video in a couple hours editing, you're doing something right. So that's pretty cool.
Thank you.
I love to hear that, and I love also when you say scripting. That's something I'd love to talk about for just a second, because especially with these social media videos, so many people think they're completely off the cuff, and once in a while they are, right? You just capture something that happens to be great, but if you're really trying to do something, you don't necessarily need a word for word script that you read off a prompter or something like that, but you should have at least a detailed outline of where you're going. And if you follow his videos, you'll see he uses what everyone should use, which is really sort of a storytelling format, right? You hook people in, and then you kind of tell the story and keep their interest throughout the whole video.
It can still be organic,
right?
With plot points,
but know what you're
an
going to do.
outline. Yeah, absolutely.
And it's a night and day difference in those style videos.
Yeah, I mean, even just from, I'll look back at my fitness videos that I would post. They were just plain, like there was nothing to it. What am I providing somebody? A picture that of when I was, like I weighed a lot more and then I lost a ton of weight and I'm here.
Sure.
Okay, what does anybody get from that?
Right.
So what, right? So then you go and you're like, how can I give somebody watching a video about Destiny USA where they think crime happens every single day, people are getting shot, people are getting stabbed? How can I provide somebody value enough to watch it and make them think after the video, man, I should really go there.
Yeah.
I haven't been there in a while. It's really not that unsafe. It's just all the bad stuff is just marketed way more than any of the good stuff,
100%. No, I love that.
It's like us, man.
And I love, I also love just sort of supporting the mall for no reason other than that I'm old and I love malls.
Yeah.
And the funny part about that is you're absolutely right. If you listen to the media or you read any of the comments, that place is like the Wild West and you better bring your vest and your machine gun or something to survive. Yeah. In reality, you could go there right now in the middle of a business day. Not right now, they're not quite open yet, but you can go there in the middle of a business day and the place will be packed and there will be people walking around and doing business and things. And it's like, they didn't get the message, which is great. It's an incredible resource with things to do beyond, we don't really even shop there quite as much. You dine and, have experiences with the kids and all kinds of crazy things. But again, I just love kind of breaking those myths in a way that's better than just, a lecturing Facebook post. Hey guys, the mall's actually great. That works well.
You're out there on the front lines doing it.
Can we talk about it for a minute? Because you mentioned it, and this might be one of my favorite videos of yours. Was the video where you talk about Wegmans?
Yeah.
And I think this is really interesting. Could you, for the folks that haven't seen it, can you just kind of give the summary of how they're property owners as well and how that piece of their business might come together?
Right. So I immediately think of the Wegmans on Taft Road just because I go to the gym over there. So that Wegmans, if you ever go look at the space, the whole entire building looks the same, right?
Sure.
So, and then you've got a Dollar General or Dollar Tree in there, Evolve Fitness, which it was formerly Blink, and then they got an Olam's in there. So you notice that it's one owner because the whole building looks the same. Wegmans is the owner, and they're leasing it out to other companies. They have their sister company of a liquor store in there because they can't sell it in the grocery store.
Gotcha.
So they're doing, their own lease in there, selling liquor as well. But outside of that, it's all on one piece of land. They're renting it out. They're gaining the income from all of that, making the building essentially free. Maybe not. It depends on the numbers. We don't know the numbers. But so Wegmans is getting a free store. Plus, they get the revenue from all their sales for food and groceries and stuff like that. So, it's genius.
It's likely how they make that work. Very similar to the McDonald's model that everybody watched that movie with.
I hate to bring it up again. Wegmans in Ithaca did the same thing. They bought a liquor store across the street. I didn't realize what they were doing. One day I went into the liquor store and it's like, type in your Wegmans shopper's card. And I'm like, why is there a Wegmans terminal here? Yeah. So this must be a thing they're doing, not just where I'm at.
In New York State, you can't sell liquor in a grocery store.
Right. Yeah,
So
they are.
But a liquor store can have. Costco in Camillus has a little liquor store like just outside the door. There's a little like almost side door, and there's a little separate liquor
Danny
store.
Wegman monopolizing,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's smart business, and
It is.
and I think that's kind of neat. You know, in the real estate world, I guess in commercial real estate, let me ask you this: how many of your properties are sort of one tenant versus, you know, even if the owner is there, there's multiple units that they're using to offset? Is it a considerable number?
You know,
Probably with a lot
actually,
of
a
units?
lot of commercial properties aren't owner occupied. There are some
Yeah.
here and there, but we see a lot more that aren't owner occupied.
Wow.
So, you know, because
They're almost all investment properties for
Yeah.
folks.
Yep.
That's incredible. Do you do property management as well?
we do property management. We just took a 12-unit luxury apartment, completely, you know, turned it around. The tenants were basically just spun in a wheel, and then,
Sure.
you know, we had new tenants come in, and we did a lot cleaning it up, painting all the units, just making it refreshed, getting, you know, the word out there for. It's right across from St. Joseph's Hospital,
Gotcha.
and so we just redid that, and it's like a brand new property
That's
now.
awesome.
So
That's the way to do it, man. You know, so many people talk about horrible places to live and things like that, but when property owners take care of it, update things on a regular basis, give people a nice place to live, you know,
Yep.
that's the way to do it. That's good business.
I think we should do a quick rapid fire if you're okay
You
with
got it, buddy.
You're the
Go
boss.
For it.
All
No.
right. We got Mr. Syracuse here.
Yeah.
Okay. Best burger in town.
Better Burger.
Better burger?
Better Burger. Just tried it out. Got a whole new. I got like 20 minutes of raw footage to edit, which is a
Nice.
ton.
Yeah.
When
Okay.
you look.
Where
at
is that?
It's in Liverpool, New York. It's on
Okay.
Old Liverpool Road. It used to be a former McDonald's, actually.
Okay.
So they still.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yep. They still got all like the old stuff, but they've, you know, repainted it and structured it to be, you know, they got their brand colors black, purple, yellow. Awesome place. You want to know something even funnier? They're a burger place, but their chicken's better.
Oh,
You know, that's a new thing. Because someone told me that about Shake Shack, that their burgers are great. Their chicken's phenomenal, too. So I love that.
Juiciest
for
piece of.
everybody.
Have you guys tried Dave's? Dave's Hot Chicken?
Not yet.
no.
Go to Dave's. Go to Better Burger. Tell me which one you like more.
All right.
'Cause
Better
I'm-
than
I'm
Chick-fil-A?
Different.
Okay.
Different.
That's fair.
Chick-fil-A isn't as like. I would compare it to Tully's tenders rather than, you know, like a little bit
Okay.
more
Yep.
crispy, but they're actually
Tully's.
seasoned.
Okay.
So
That's awesome.
Best pizza in town? And then I'll get off food.
I like Palladino's, but I've heard great things about Angelo's. Angelo's
Okay.
Pizza.
I've heard of
You
that.
know, he does the one guy that does his own.
Yeah.
Oh, is that where he like makes
That's-
a pie on
that's
social media?
The
and then-
secret thing
Yeah,
there.
that's
Yeah,
Yeah.
only
Great
like
idea.
8 people get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've heard great things about that though. I
You
want to
should-
try it.
You should team up with that
We're
guy.
gonna try to figure. Amanda's actually been trying to get in. It fills up so quick that
Yeah. Best place to go get a drink?
What type of drink are you looking for?
Oof. Matt?
cocktail.
Cocktail.
City or not city?
Either one.
Jeez.
What's the vibe? I really need to know.
This is why he's Mr. Syracuse. You can't just give an answer out. You got to know.
Relaxed. How about that?
Relax.
You want to have a conversation.
Yeah. there you
Al's
go.
Wine and Whiskey.
There-
Yes. That's my spot. I love that
So-
place.
That
I
is
will
my
give-
go-to.
You know, I'm not trying to shout myself out, but in my Instagram bio, I have a link, a Hoobie link. If you click on the link, there's a free Syracuse guide, completely free.
Oh, sweet.
Best restaurants,
There it
cocktails,
is.
kids menus, you know, or kids restaurants that are kid friendly, dog parks, everything.
I
There's
love
like-
it. I mean,
Dude.
The only thing I'm missing out is like, you know, barber shops, tattoo shops, stuff
Sure.
like
We'll
that.
get there.
So we'll get
Sure.
there. Yeah.
he's gonna have to get a few tattoos, but
Yeah, right.
I got a
Mm.
few tattoos.
There you
there
go.
you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Dude, Mr. Syracuse.
This is
This
incredible,
awesome.
man. This is incredible. I'm gonna give one more best because you mentioned you know, kids restaurants and things. I'd love to hear your best in town, and I know I don't know. I'm assuming you don't have a big family with a lot of children just yet, but if you did, what's the best family activity in Syracuse?
Great. Look at the thought he put.
Yeah,
in.
he's-
It's really impressive.
I love it.
Yeah.
This is what happens versus like every video
No,
goes
it's
into this.
because you
this type of
care. You
thought,
want
yeah.
to give the right answer.
I love it.
Well, are we doing a full day trip or is it just one experience?
One experience.
One
Yeah.
experience. I mean, have I ever done it before? Am I doing it again, or am I brand new to this?
Any of the above.
If I'm brand new, I'm going to the mall just because
Yes.
it's
Alright.
one of the biggest in the United States.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you go to the mall?
100%.
I love
And
it.
then when the aquarium's built, I got to check out the aquarium.
I
and
can't
and
wait.
when IKEA's in there too, it's going to be even better. I went to an IKEA for the first time down in
Yeah?
Florida.
What's it like? I've never been to one.
I was lost. We got lost. We were in there for like seriously an hour, just
Wow.
like walking around. Had
So
no
tell me
clue.
this, right? The one in what is the size of the one in Destiny?
It's going to be about 70,000 square feet to my knowledge.
And people tell me that that's one of their small
Yes.
ones.
Yeah, that is a smaller.
Remember the massive, Danny? Remember the massive space we almost rented? This is twice the size of that.
What do you? That's it.
Incredible.
And that's a small. That's a small location.
It's one of their small locations. Yeah.
I don't even know. Isn't
It sounds like, and I'm just picturing this, but it sounds like the full-blown ones are essentially a mall in themselves. Is that sort of accurate?
Yeah, because they got a food court, Swedish food court in
Yeah.
there, and then you go into like the showroom. You can buy like this room is they'll have two of these right next to each other. Basically, you could buy like the whole set.
Oh,
And then
wow.
it just goes. That's for the full size IKEAs, but I don't know what they're gonna have here. And
It's
it's like,
interesting.
and then you also have you walk out and they have the full warehouse. It's like Costco.
Yeah.
You know, you got all the setup, and then you walk into their Costco warehouse of actually IKEA where it's an IKEA
where
warehouse.
the items
but
are.
all the items are in there, and then they got another little grocery store and some cookies before you walk out.
Really?
Yes.
It's
Yep.
a commune.
What?
It's a commune. What
This is
is
awesome.
IKEA's? I'm so out of the loop. Is IKEA's whole thing like? Isn't it? It's Swedish furniture that
Yeah.
it's easy to put together. Is
Yeah.
that the mission statement? I suppose.
I think so.
It cuts
Okay.
a lot of costs because you put it together on your
Yeah.
own.
Right.
So you don't have to pay for it. People putting it together.
It's nice but affordable.
Yep.
I think is the idea.
I'd be the
We're
only
gonna
guy
find
in
out.
history to have
We're
to
gonna
hire
find
someone
out.
to put together my IKEA furniture.
We're gonna have to take the show on the road.
Dude, I'm in. 70,000
We might
square
lose.
feet.
Imagine if we lose Mike in the store.
I'll put a balloon on my wrist, and then when I'm we did that at my bachelor party in Nashville. My friends put a balloon on me, so when we were walking down the street, you just saw a little balloon.
It actually might be the best idea I've ever heard. All right, enough of this nonsense. Alec, tell people where they could find you, all the socials,
Yeah.
things like that.
All the plugs.
So all social media is Alec at Alec Scripa on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and TikTok. I'm just starting on YouTube, living in Syracuse, New York. So if you're new to the Syracuse
Nice.
area, everything's going to be on there. I'm going to post all my videos to shorts, and then we're going to make longer videos going through, the mall, stuff like that. Just what it would be like to live here. So
You're the best.
That's awesome, man.
Mr. Syracuse, Alec Scripa, realtor, digital creator, a man of the people.
That's right.
Thank you for coming on Good News
Yeah,
York.
man.
Sponsored
Absolutely.
by Ads on the Go. Get adsonthego.com.
Hey, I got it.
Shout out to
Before
Zach.
we go, I got to say, as you mentioned, our man Zach with Ads on the Go. I got a text yesterday from my buddy, and he goes, "Hey, did you buy an ad truck or did you just get
saw
ads
that.
on it?" Which me buying one of those is very likely. But I go, "No, that's my buddy Zach from Ads on the Go. He's our sponsor, and it's incredible. And I love people seeing it. Like it's literally, he was here earlier this week or last week. I don't know. It all blurs together. But like he says, they're unskippable ads.
Yeah.
That people
Can't unsee it.
take attention, and it's
So they just thought that you bought a truck and drove around with your face on it?
So
That's
that was
awesome.
it was our GNY
That's amazing.
ad. So anyway, shout out again to our man Zach. The advertising works.
The advertising
I can
works.
Literally say that with confidence. So
He kind of reminds me of Zach in a way that
Well,
just
you know,
young, entrepreneurial, like
young, smart
crushing
dudes,
it.
dude.
Yeah, man.
The kids are okay.
I
we're
believe
gonna
the
be all right,
children are
guys.
our future.
All right, don't ever do that
All
again.
right, sorry.
We gotta go.
Okay.
Peace out.